Welcome to Anything More, Anything Goes. Welcome to Movie Reviews. My name is Miguel. Today I'm joined by Matthew and the new guy, Brendan. Welcome to the show, Brendan.
Hi. He's a new guy.
Today,
he's just an unpaid intern. So
he's a bitch.
He is a hoe.
Unpaid. It is unpaid.
Bitch.
Okay? Not enough money right now in the podcast.
Hell
Today, folks,
no.
we're reviewing Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. And as always, by always I mean this is the second time, we're going to count down from 3 to 1, and then at the same time we're going to say whether or not we liked it, hated it, or
I mean, it's alright.
Where you go, I mean, it's alright, I guess.
No.
Overrated as fuck, in my opinion.
Because it's alright. You have to say it like that.
That is the middle ground.
Well, is there a middle ground to the middle ground?
No.
Oh,
Okay.
if you think it's mediocre, you have to say the entire quote.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
You have to.
I got it.
All right, ready? 3.
It's on go, okay?
It's on go, not on 1.
3.
Okay. Wait, is it on go or what?
It's on go. It's 3, 2, 1, go, okay? On go, you say either it was good, or you liked it, you hated it, or you have to say the entire quote.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
All right.
3, 2, 1, go.
It's good.
It's pretty good.
No one said the right term.
No, not at all. So I think we're all in general consensus. It's a good movie.
It was. I would say it's a bit worse than the first one. I'll give it that.
What?
Because that first one is really like.
Oh yeah, not a
Wow.
doubt.
100%.
I mean,
That
that's a
first
fair
one
point.
is like.
They tried to recreate the scene where he jumps off the skyscraper and Post Malone song plays, or I think it was that song. As he jumps off the skyscraper, and that's like his moment when he becomes Spider-Man. And they tried to like redo that on the train while it was going up to the moon.
Yeah.
And it just did not hit the same, and it just felt like they were trying to recapture it. And I felt like that a couple times during this movie, where they were kind of doing the Marvel thing, where they were rehashing stuff rather than building off of things.
Marvel tards. I mean,
it did build off of stuff as well, but there were several instances where I felt like that.
I mean, because you know what it is, I think. So, spoiler alert, obviously, if you've made it this far in the video, I think it was just purposeful to set up a lot of context. You're right. I think it kind of relayed on a lot of old stuff. But I feel like Spider-Man 2s have like a trend where it's like the second movie where it's like, oh my God, I got these powers. And the second movie is always like,
What am I gonna
now,
do with these powers?
how do I balance my life with with this shit? I literally miss my dad's fucking commission party for being a captain of the police force. Other girls
Because
like,
I was too busy being Spider-Man.
yeah. And then meanwhile, you got Gwen, who, you know, how the fuck does, you know, you got some Peter Parker lookalike turning into the fucking Croc, you know, so, and then she killed him. Well,
turned into Killer Croc,
killed him, you know, and
she killed him by accident.
Oh, that's right.
yeah.
Okay.
So,
Which happened in the first one, but I completely forgot about it.
no, exactly,
really?
yeah.
Yeah, in her comic book origin, it's just a shadow of her hitting Peter and him turning back into him.
So,
Okay.
okay.
But the question I had about that was, they make it such a big deal that every 5 seconds he had to stop and fight someone because there's that many villains.
Yeah.
How many people died while he was at the party?
So many.
So many.
Dude, I think my problem with this movie mainly is the ending.
I didn't know it was a two-parter, and I was very upset. I'm like, you're just gonna end it like that?
No, like I like where it ended up. I just don't like how it felt like Lord of the Rings, where it was like, here we're going with this ending, and then we're on to the next scene. And then you go, it feels like another ending, and then you're on to the next scene.
They were wrapping it up for too long to try and... It was probably enough to make like a film and a half, and they had to stretch it out a little bit.
to
make it
that I would say.
I agree with Brennan. I thought that there was a couple scenes where like you're thinking like, oh, this is gonna be it, and the whole time you're thinking like, well, you know, it's a kids movie, right? You know, they're gonna figure it out. And dog, no, they ain't figured it out. You want to know something?
People are just dying.
They just be dying, you know. And I think well, I thought it was interesting. One thing you got to say that was interesting though, that I think having the Spider-Verse and all the other spiders as quote unquote villains kind of is a cool little loop in my opinion. Especially friggin' Miguel. He's dope. Not this Miguel, but the other Miguel.
Oscar Isaac.
Yeah, I didn't know he was a vampire. I just thought he was future Spider-Man. I didn't know anything about him going in besides what he looked like.
Yeah, he's kind of crazy.
There was a lot to take in there.
Well, that was
also
it was cool character development for him, though. I liked it.
It was.
Yeah.
So many of the Spider-Man were voiced by famous people, and it's like I don't know if you notice. I don't even know if this is true or not, but it's the voice that I kind of put together with it is the '80s one that like kind of got tricked at the end of the movie where he was like wearing like the sweater with the sleeveless things and he had to like kind of venomize, but not really.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it was voiced by Andy Samberg for like, the 4 lines he had.
Yeah, dude. I mean, what else?
You know what I gotta say?
You got a John Mulaney feature as Spider Pig, but like in the background.
Of course.
That was about
but
it.
they just rehashed his lines.
Yeah.
I found out that in the Lego scene, J. Jonah Jameson, that wasn't new dialogue. That was straight from Spider-Man 2 with Toby.
Yeah, you didn't.
No, you could hear like the degradation in it.
You could hear the
Like,
similarity. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. So I liked it a lot, right? I'm gonna critique, but I gotta say I like it a lot. But I hate Miles' new suit.
Yeah,
I liked it at the beginning when they were making fun of his. They're like, "Oh, you bleeding from your armpits?" I was like, "Good." Somebody's commenting on the fact that the suit's not very good.
Well, he's clearly going to get a new one. I just thought he was going to get it in this one, but it's probably going to be something he has to make on his way home to get out of that universe.
Yeah.
It can't be Spider-Man going home.
Spider-Man going the fuck home.
I gotta say too, I hate the titles. Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, Spider-Man Beyond
brother.
the Spider-Verse.
The original title was really cool, but now that it is,
What was the original? Oh, you mean like from the first movie?
Into the Spider-Verse.
well, yeah,
which
yeah.
He didn't do. They came to him. Now
They
he's
did
in
come
the
to him. Now he's
Spider-Verse.
in it.
Now it's gonna
But
be
he's going
the
across.
second one's gonna, or the last one's gonna be called Beyond the Spider-Verse now.
Yes, it is. Comes out in March, which is a
doesn't
weird
make any
time
sense
too.
because I'm also pretty sure they're probably going to deal with mainly his timeline and it falling apart.
Yeah.
Also, the villain's art style was incredible.
Are we gonna talk about fucking Donald Glover?
That was wild as
The most
fuck.
random
so
cameo.
weird.
Hey, bro, I'm
It was
telling
so
you.
It
weird.
was really weird, but it was really cool.
I had a theory in
felt
my
like I was
head. I was
watching
like,
Who
if
Framed Roger
Spider-Man,
Rabbit.
if Spider-Man 4 comes about, like with Tom Holland, Childish Gambino,
He's probably-
Green
he'll probably-
Goblin, bro. Come on, bro.
Green Goblin.
Green Goblin,
he was
bro.
probably not. He wasn't the Goblin. What are you talking
No, I'm
about?
not saying he was. I'm just saying because he looked like it was. You know what I'm trying to say? He looked like
No.
he. I'm saying he looked like it.
No, he looked purple.
The fuck? I see. Maybe my eyes were fucked up. It looked a little greenish. I don't know. Maybe I'm
When
fucked
he
up.
was the Prowler?
Donald Glover, yeah, when he was sitting in the jail, he was wearing the glove and he had purple.
Oh, yeah, no, he was the Prowler.
Yeah, but Matt's saying he looks like the Green Goblin.
Oh, no.
Dog, I don't know. It was just so quick. I didn't know.
Matt, I think you have it too.
Well, you gotta
too
understand
much.
something.
Here's the
I was at the.
question I
Hey, listen. I was at the front of
but
the
he was
theater.
also-
I was at the front of the theater. Okay.
Why are you at the front of the theater?
Because there was no other seats, dog. It got bought out. That's the only time I could
That
go
makes
to.
sense. But to be fair, Matt also went like after work. Matt's been grinding. Matt goes to the movies after work.
There you go. Yeah,
at, like,
yeah,
10
yeah. Let's
o'clock.
defend me. Hey,
He'll go by
yo.
himself if he needs to. Okay. But he is clearly colorblind.
Yeah, pretty much.
So, here's my thing, though. Is Donald Glover actually the one from the MCU, or is he another Donald Glover who happens to be the Prowler? Because there is no Miles Morales in the canon MCU as of right now. So, would that uncle actually wind up turning into the Prowler,
There's
or is he just a guy?
There's no Miles Spider-Man, but there is a Miles Morales.
Yes.
He's mentioned in Homecoming. It's going to be one of two things.
Was he?
He was.
Oh.
It's either going to be... It's going to tie directly into Spider-Man 4, and then Donald Glover's going to show up as the Prowler in some way, or
Yeah.
it's going to be like, what's his name, playing Mr. Fantastic,
Okay.
where it's just a one-off, and they're like, look, we mentioned this before, you guys wanted it, here you go.
So, here's a question I have, and I know I'm stealing a lot of this from some YouTubers that I watch.
Oh, no.
But, the universe thing. We
universe
have
thing.
2 canon MCU universes that
we?
are supposed to be for it. And based on multiple things, and like they said in this movie, it was like 1999999 or whatever.
Yes.
But according to Doctor Strange's girlfriend in his sequel movie, it's 616. So was she wrong? Is it the same thing, or are we technically working in 2 different multiverses and universes, and we don't even know it?
That could be fucked.
Yeah. I mean, you think about it,
That could
though.
also-
The multiverse kind of already opens up that possibility anyway. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, because at this point, it's like an open blueprint for Marvel in general anyway. So it's like if they wanted to, they could just make it work. But you and I both know that it's like, it's the whole thing with just like, oh, that's Sony's property, that's Marvel's property. But the reality is it's really Marvel's property, but it, you know, it's a whole thing.
Yeah.
So that's what, if
And
you
they
start
only had the
yeah.
Sorry, what?
No, that was pretty much it.
I know that they only had the Sony properties in the movie with like Andrew Garfield, Tobey Maguire. They didn't really have Tom Holland because he connected to the other one. They had Venom, the connection. So they
fun.
didn't really have any MCU connections minus some words. So my thing is, we saw a bunch of the live action people be in this, but because they're mentioning that, do you think we can see any of them wind up in the actual MCU? And then my follow up to that is the logistics of it, to where I was expecting something to be more like the Jimmy Timmy Power Hour, where they changed the style, where if Andrew Garfield would be animated in this movie and Donald Glover would be, and that way if you brought all the rest of them, like Miguel O'Hara, into the MCU, he would be live action and not animated. But if he goes in and that's like that now, why wasn't Andrew and the rest of them?
I think
I feel like after watching, because Timmy and I rewatched No Way Home last night, it's very clear in that movie that Toby is not in the mood to do this anymore, and was not in the mood to be there in the first place.
But he talked about it like he was actually really happy.
He
to be
did,
back.
but
Well,
what
at
if
the
that
end of
was?
it. Yeah.
What if that was like contractual obligation? What if they're
There's
like,
no way. He was so far. I think that
even
was
way
who
after
he was
the
playing.
movie.
He was playing the guy who was out of it. He was playing the guy who was shot, who was done, who went through all of it and didn't really have anything. But he didn't have as much of the comedy in it because that was never his Spider-Man.
Even if you watch like the post interviews after the last Spider-Man movie, bro was like, "Yeah, I need another Spider-Man movie ASAP."
Yeah, like he
Even Tobey Maguire, the same thing, bro.
He's getting it.
You know, I could see it possible. So,
Toby's
leaning on
supposedly
him
coming
too
back.
much.
Secret Wars, supposedly.
I mean, you got Sam
Who
Raimi.
doesn't care for that?
Secret Wars? Yeah, no, it's gonna be great.
He's slated to be directing Secret Wars.
They're looking for him.
Yeah, exactly. They're not confirmed, but you know, if that actually happens, dude, you could probably see it.
Oh yeah, but that's if the MCU doesn't fall apart because of Jonathan Majors.
Yeah, thanks, guy. Oh my God.
Had to go and abuse people.
All that shit.
I thought that got dropped, and then they're like, no, he's still in trouble.
I have no idea.
Nah, it's been up in the air. I mean, you know it's bad when your manager leaves you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does that mean it's bad, or does that mean the manager's not a good manager because they up and leave in the middle of any kind of?
I mean, kind of
the
both.
manager probably has other clients and
It's still
probably
not-
doesn't want to be associated with him.
Yeah, you know, it's kind of both situations for sure. I think the one thing that was really carrying this movie a lot too, obviously, was the whole like romantic tension between Miles and Gwen. I think that's really what drove the marketing behind this movie too.
Dude, you know what's so fucking funny too?
I liked it though
Is if you look at-
personally.
Why is it that in Loki it was weird, where people were commenting on it's weird because Loki fell in love with female Loki?
Yeah.
But in an animated Spider-Man movie, they're like, we're both Spider-Men. We're both the
Well,
one.
because I think you
We're
got to
in
think
love
about
and
the
it's fine.
characters though, man. Because like Loki's kind of like I would say like he's an ass. Like he could be an asshole, but he has a heart, right? But more so like that's just inherent to the Spider-Man character. You know, the love interest is just built in, so it's just kind of expected. You know, at least in my opinion. And I think
Okay.
I
I
found it
think
weird.
this one works out of more than I think Zendaya and Tom Holland was a good one. This one works just as well. Tobey Maguire and oh my God, I forgot the.
Kirsten Dunst.
It was kind of awkward, but it worked. It was quirky.
But that's just because Toby's
And then-
like an awkward Spider-Man.
And then Andrew just killed his fucking girlfriend. So, but
Yeah, he did. Yeah. We watched that.
but
yesterday,
I do
dude.
think this is
They really
probably
didn't have to make the noise.
I think this is my second favorite
Smash the wall.
Spider-Man couple for sure. I think so.
Or are we ranking Spider-Man couples?
Yeah,
Like,
tier list. Let's go.
Spider-Man couple tier list.
Let's go.
Toby and Kirsten, Miles and Gwen, Tom and Zendaya.
Oh, you thought Tom and Zendaya was that low? God damn. Okay.
Bro, you just said that they're second. Who would be number one then?
No.
I actually didn't like them that
Well,
much
number
after
one
the
for
first
me
one,
is Tom
but
and
then-
Zendaya. I was saying that like number
See,
3 or like near the
wow.
bottom would be like Toby and Andrew.
Listen, man, we're about to do this tier list. You're gonna not like my opinion when it comes to the Tom Holland movies.
Oh.
Because after watching the couple last night,
Yeah. He's gonna be like, it's a no go. Is a no go.
One's gonna like mine.
no, Matt's gonna hate you. Matt's gonna punch you through the computer.
That's fine.
I'm probably gonna just shove
All
my
in all.
shove my fist 1,000 miles away, up your ass.
All in all, I think the movie was good. It was very good. Not as good as the first one, but still good enough to have me intrigued for what comes out in March.
The one thing I will say is, I think it did a great job of having good balance between action and comedy. I think,
Yes.
again, the romance story was nice. Seeing Miles
Right,
build his
yes.
relationship up again with his parents was really great. The twist at the
Yeah.
end was awesome, though. I know you guys were
Oh, am I?
upset
Yeah, I
about.
did see that coming.
Yeah, I mean, I know you guys were upset about it not being fully completed, but at the same time, it's like that shit even threw me for a loop because I wouldn't even have thought about it, but it was like a twist that made sense. And then
Well, the reason why I didn't like it was not because it ended so early, but because the villain showed up in his universe. So I'm like, okay, here we go. We're getting the final fight
Yeah,
scene,
yeah,
and then
yeah.
it just ended, and I'm like, wait, what?
Well, no, then
And-
it ended for like 25 minutes.
Yes,
Yeah.
and he knew what was happening, so he's like, "Oh, what are you talking about?" And I went in blind. I watched the first trailer for this movie. I just knew I was going to go see it, so I didn't really know anything about it.
I feel you. I guess because I saw, granted, because Miguel saw it on Thursday, I saw it yesterday, but I saw obviously the post from Marvel and comicbooks.com that the next one's going to come out next year. So I was like, okay, so this is going to be some type of a 2-parter or something. Well, because also at part 1, some of the, that the post ads for it. So
Yeah,
I
when
see
it
what you
initially
mean though.
came out, it
It's
was
a little
like-
upsetting. So yeah, but yeah, man.
All right.
Ratings out of 10.
Out of 10? 8.
Yeah,
Yeah, I guess I'll be the loner boner. I'll do a 9 out of 10 for me. I don't know. I liked it. I mean, I like both, dude. I think the first one's a 10 out of 10. I think this one's a 9 out of 10.
The first one gave me goosebumps at certain moments.
It
This did not.
It was
Really?
well, is that
I feel like the
because we're
stakes
used
were
to
so much
it?
higher though in this movie though. But I understand though. At least
It had genuinely cool moments that meant something to us watching it and to him in that moment, which is why they're like when he jumped off the skyscraper. Like that moment gave me goosebumps. It was perfect.
yeah.
In this, I feel like they didn't mean as much. I felt like they were supposed to mean a lot more to him, but because I saw it already, I was just like, okay, it didn't hit the same.
That's a fair point. And at the end of the day, this is just a transition movie, and I think people weren't expecting it to go past what it was going to go past. And that's just how it ended. And then that's just how it landed up. I could see that. So hopefully, when Beyond the Spider-Verse comes out, that should be like, literally OG trilogy, like anything for like fucking Star Wars 4 through 6, 4 best, 4 good, 2 bad, 3. Oh my god. So I'm here for it, man.
Oh, the other thing I just remembered about the voices, I'm pretty sure the Indian one was the dude from Deadpool.
You mean?
I have no idea.
Oh,
but he was cool.
Maybe. Yeah, you might have a point about that. Kind of sounds familiar.
I like the way that his web worked.
I like he was cool too.
Yeah.
Obi was,
and that was new for the movie. He was new for the movie.
yeah.
Was he?
Yeah.
Was the biker one also?
Obi?
No idea.
No.
Okay.
I have no idea. No, well, what new for the movie? I'm pretty sure he was. He
No, that's Spider Punk. The Spider Woman, but like the pregnant biker.
Oh yeah. Oh, I don't know. Yeah, that's a good point. I have no idea either. Still cool though. Still cool. So
yeah.
So aggregate
All
score is
right,
probably like 8.5 for this episode.
Yeah.
So
8.5.
have you ever heard of my friend Anything Bowl? We're on YouTube, Twitter, TikTok, Instagram. Did I say you? Yeah, I said YouTube. I actually legitimately had to remember if I said YouTube this time. Make sure to follow us up on there. We're on Apple Podcasts and Spotify as well. Make sure to check all those out. You're doing really good with the audio listens. You're doing really fantastic with the video lessons. Yeah, listens, viewing, whatever. Fucking right. I'm trying to get through my second cup of coffee, but thank you for blowing up the latest episode. Well, blow up, right? It's one of our highest main episodes. I think it wasn't now 50, Miguel, something like that, 50 views
Around there, yeah.
See, it doesn't seem much to you, but to keep you around for an hour, it's a great time. Definitely thank you for all the views on for all the shorts and shit. I'm really surprised that people are gravitating towards that shit as of recent. We've been having the Assassin's Creed tier list. Y'all are just fucking complaining about our decisions, and that's fine because we like having a conversation. Some of you agree with us.
A lot of nice
kind of the whole point of this.
Little Mermaid review too.
Yeah, Miguel can be wrong. So.
Oh, that's okay. Hey,
man.
Hey.
3 was good.
3 was good. Was fine.
See, that was a migraine within itself, Brennan. But
so we had last week when Matt's talking about episode 56. Ezra Miller is staying, and the final Worldwide Developers Conference leaks. We had a lot of fun. We complained about Ezra Miller, and there's a ton of stuff coming on Monday with his Apple conference. Before that, Matt's talking about it. We had the Ultimate Assassin's Creed tier list. Mirage, the trailer came out. We had to talk about the games. We had to rank them. Brendan's opinion is wrong. Lastly, last week's movie review that is pissing off everybody who looks at it is The Little Mermaid. We liked it.
yeah.
Yeah, it was good. It was fun.
Yeah, we totally only
scuttlebutt
said our opinions because we don't want to get canceled, dog. It's the only reason why, right?
Oh, yeah, clearly. That's what people think.
Dog, because we got to make money. Are you
The
fucking
IMDb
stupid?
thing?
Like, what
What's
the
the
fuck's
IMDb
wrong with
thing?
you?
Oh, you don't know?
No.
Oh, okay.
Can you believe this, Miguel? We have to run a business, bro.
We
We
need to eat.
Okay.
We have to run a business,
have
dog.
to run a business, dog.
Lastly,
Keep
look
saying
out on
stupid
Wednesday,
shit.
bro. We're about to record the Spider-Man movie tier list, and everybody's gonna get mad.
Yeah.
Matt's gonna get mad. I'm gonna get mad.
I'm gonna get angry.
Brendan might get mad.
I'm gonna get angry.
That random guy on TikTok who doesn't like our content's gonna get mad.
Angry.
Yeah, that guy.
Mario
that guy.
Judah.
What? Matt knows what I'm talking about.
Bando.
All right.
All right.
See you in a bit.
Goodbye.